Okay, this is the Speed Queen top load washer, model number AWNE9RSN115TW01. Okay, that's the model number. That's the model number that you would use to order parts for calling in service calls, or if the technician needs to call the service tech line and they need to know the model number. Well, that's the model number they need to give them. But we have a product code to make it easy for the consumer to order the product and to ask for the product. That is the TR700WN. So it's kind of quick. The 7 is going to stand for the 7-year warranty, parts and labor. So that's the story about that. Okay, now we're going to do the unboxing. Let me grab a knife. Okay, so let me just kind of bring this down a little bit. Okay, so you cut it along the dotted line. Works better with a box opener. Okay. These corners are designed to kind of keep the machine protected. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom in at the bottom of this machine back. Okay. So this is the part I'm trying to get to right here. Okay, so this piece, this will center the tub during shipping. So it's kind of like a shipping support. So if you want to repack your machine or move it somewhere else, you can lean your machine back, pop this in, it will snap in place to kind of hold the drum from moving around. And also, it's also good for the service techs that when they replace the drum, this will help center the drum when they put everything back together inside the frame. So let's get this out. Okay. Cardboard. Okay, so now let's take a look and see what's inside the machine. Take this piece of tape off here. Okay, so these are this is the installation. So this is the installation. These are the rubber feet for the bottom, so you can put those on. I'm not going to put those on today because we're just going to we're going to hook this machine up and just kind of do some films. But I don't want to put those on, not until we get into the customer's house. And there's some washers for the hoses. And then so what's shipped also with the machine are these hoses here. They are braided hoses. I haven't seen these before, but they're not stainless steel braided hoses. It's probably like a nylon braided style hose. I'm not sure about the specs, on these washers, on these hoses, but we can study those later. So we'll keep that, and I'm going to open this up. We're going to save, this is what was at the bottom support, so we'll save that in here for future reference. Get this out of the way. So the next thing we're going to take out is another support. This thing. So this is sometimes people throw these away, but you might want to keep it. You can always put it back in and use it for when you're moving your product. If you're just moving across the neighborhood, or across the town, you probably don't need it. But let's say you're moving across the country, and it's going to be in a freight line or whatever. You want to probably pack it as best you can so that you can keep one of these. And if you lose it, you can probably talk to the dealer that you bought it from, and they'll probably find you one. We have these laying around all over the place. Okay, so let's take a look inside. So it looks like a standard wash machine. This agitator is slightly different from last year's. It will be a different wash design, and we're going to study that, and we're going to see the new style and see how it performs. It does have the rinse aid, or the fabric softener. Put it in here, dilute it, and then when it goes into the spin, it will spray it on your clothes, and when it'll rinse out. Let's take a look at the control panel. There you go. So what I understand so far is most of the time you're just going to use autofill. It's always going to use plenty of water when it washes, unless it does have something very small, then it will use the correct amount of water. But if it feels like if the machine starts to sense that the tub is dragging, or the load is dragging, it will fill up with more water. So it's probably better just to leave it on autofill. You do have soil level. You got light, medium, heavy, and max. This is nice. So we have wash temperatures and rinse temperatures, looks like. So I don't know if we can see that. So you have selection between cold wash, cold rinse, warm wash, cold rinse. This is really nice. Warm wash with warm rinse, hot wash with cold rinse. I like the warm. That's pretty nice. And it does have a speed cycle. So let's look at that. Oops. So last year, we had like extra rinse, like one extra rinse, and then this button over here was 2 extra rinses. So this year we do have the extra rinse, but on this side here we have a speed cycle. So what that's going to do is it's going to reduce. It's kind of like if you set it for like heavy soil, it's going to cut it down to medium. It's just going to kind of cut everything down so it can go through the whole procedure of washing your clothes just a little bit quicker. So I'm not sure what the time is on that. We can always plug this in and start looking at that. So I think that's about it. Let's look at the back. Here's your drain hose. It's already attached. So a lot of these other machines you have to attach a drain hose. This one's already attached at the factory. Last year was the same way it was attached. And so we can zoom in on the water valve. Okay, there it is. So no changes here. You still have your water valve right here. You have the hot, cold, real straightforward. This machine does not pump out as fast as last year's machine. So that was a concern. Last year the 2017 and previous models would pump very hard. Since this machine has a electric pump, it doesn't pump as fast, so you're not going to have that problem. That's about it. If you have any questions, please post-ins or concerns or whatever, just let me know. And we're just kind of excited to have this washer here. We're going to try it and see what it can do. We're going to probably keep this thing hooked up for about, I don't know, probably about a week, and just try different things with it. I'm not going to go into detail about design. We're just going to kind of throw clothes in there, hit start and go, and see what it can do.